Hey everybody, Zavala here. Today I'm going to be showing you that I am trying a new drugstore foundation, and this is the Milani 2-in-1 Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This also does have concealer, so it would be more full coverage. I'm hoping. I did get this because I do have a skin pigmentation issue on my face, so that you see I do have a hematoma. Do not get it confused with a black eye. I can promise you it's not a black eye. So it's just honestly over the years it like spider veined across my face, but it's just gotten darker. I don't know what to do. So if y'all have anybody that's similar to the thing that I have or have any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. That would be highly appreciated. Okay. Okay, so just so you guys know that this is a drugstore product, that you can just go get this at, I'm sure at any other drugstore, but the one that I got it from was just Walmart, and it's just $9.99, and this is what the bottle looks like. And it's nice because this also does have a pump with it, especially with it being a drugstore product. I'm sure you guys know that this is crucial. Well, not crucial, but it makes life a lot easier when you're using a pump, right? So this on here is shade, so it's 03 Light Beige, and it does say on the bottle that it is medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free formula, long wear, and water resistant. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is I wanna see how good a full coverage that this does have, especially with me having a hematoma on my face. You know, basically dark skin pigmentation, like the blood clots over time. I don't know, it's just damaged tissue, whatever that it may have been. It's just not allowing my blood to flow properly out my face. So therefore, the blood is basically clotting and causing that discoloration under my eye. Yeah, it's no fun, but we're gonna see how good that this coverage actually does, with it also having the concealer inside this Milani 2-in-1 foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and let's get a review on that. Okay, all right, and so the thing that I'm going to be using is my beauty blender. I did get this also from Walmart, and this is actually one of the cheaper ones. If you guys don't want to spend like $8 on a single one, whatever the case may be, these are known to be pretty expensive if you can't find a good one. That's, you know what I mean, just for a little beauty blender. Okay, so this is the classic blender sponge, and it does have vitamin E in it. It did come with this package, and it looks like this. So I already did get it, well, if you guys are unaware, so some people do not know this, but just in case you're not aware, that with these beauty blenders, you gotta make sure if you are using things like this that you do get these damp. So just run it under the sink water, squeeze it a couple times. That way this will allow this to expand, and not only that this will expand, it will also be easier for you to apply your foundation more smooth and just apply to your face. So you'll get that better texture and not so like a cakey effect. Okay, so how I'm just gonna apply this, since it does just have a pump, it's pretty nice and whatnot. If I don't have a tray or anything, I honestly just use my hand. So I'm just gonna try, we're gonna start with 2 pumps. So it is pretty thick, if you can see that. I'm gonna hope that this shade isn't too light. It probably is. If you guys have any other suggestions, I just went to the drugstore and just, well, Walmart, and then just picked this up and then just second guessed. Because it is my first time trying this foundation, I just figured we'll just pick a color and start with that, and then we'll figure out to go from there. So if you guys have any other suggestions, if this color does seem to be too light for my skin tone, please leave it in the comments below. That way I can just get a better idea of what to use and do some cool makeup ideas. All right, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender, and I'm just gonna dab it in here. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm just gonna do it across my face. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, oh yeah, that's pretty light. So it's kind of like the texture, honestly, it's pretty sticky. I don't really like that, but we'll see how the overall coverage works out. See if this covers like my hematoma, because I've been trying to figure out the best foundation to get this freaking thing off my face, you know. I'm just gonna go ahead and put this here. So I'm gonna do half my face with the Beauty Blender, and then I'm gonna also do the other half with my Wet n Wild flat brush to apply the foundation, just to see if there's like a difference or anything like that, just so we can get like a clear idea if you do happen to use either one of those. So I'm gonna go ahead and just put that in between there. So it is like a really light color on my face, I can see. So yeah, I just need like a bit darker, but overall it's not bad for the coverage. Like you can see the bruising, the hematoma part, you know, still sticking out of course, but it's not sticking out as bad or excessive as it was with this Milani 2-in-1 foundation. I do just have my eyebrows on. All right, so let's see. Probably go under there just a little bit. Okay, so let me look in my other mirror. Okay, well, it's not bad, you know, like you could see like there's a shine on my face, but once we like get the setting powder in, that will go away so it's not so oily looking like. But you know, it sets pretty nice. It doesn't feel too, like it feels kind of heavy, but it's not terrible, like overpowering. So let's see. Trying not to get my eyebrows, of course. Oh, we got the eyebrow. We got the eyebrow. Okay. And it has like a nice little fragrance to it, so it's not like overwhelming. Like it's like a perfumey foundation, whatever kind of word we want to say and put in there, but it doesn't smell bad. It has like a nice little fragrance to it. So I'm just gonna let this side sit, but you could definitely tell the difference of the coloration in my face. So obviously maybe this, yeah, it is a bit too light. So I'm gonna need some suggestions, guys. I need some suggestions. Moving on. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Just doing it with the Beauty Blender. Let's fix that little eyebrow there. Okay, so doing it with the Beauty Blender, and then you can see I do have like freckles on my face. I have like little pimples right here and whatnot. Just dark under eye circles, things like that. But honestly, it's really not that bad. It feels lightweight. I'm not sure about like how the product did say water resistant, long wear. So I will have to get back with you guys in a few hours to give you that review so I could let you know how it helped, how it set throughout the day and just was able to either stay on or fall off, whatever. I do not really have oily skin. So those that do have oily skin, it's really best to set like a foundation of, you know, like any sort or whatever works best with your skin. If you know, or if you don't, it's always good to use a setting powder to lock that foundation in. So that way it's not so oily or bleeds out or whichever. And also it is helpful to, you know, I honestly didn't even need to use a primer on this one because my pores, I mean, my pores look good. They look decent. So, but if your pores like on your nose or across your face or anything like that, primer does help to block that. So it can help to keep your foundation on your face easier and to last longer throughout the day. So it's just basically like another layer just to protect your skin, and that way it can give that coverage to your pores that you do desire. So we shall try now. I'm going to go ahead and use my Wet n Wild brush. This is just the flat brush. I did get this from Walmart as well. Sorry, it's like kind of dirty right here, but I be always touching my freaking brushes with dirty hands, but we clean them when they're done, so it's okay. All right, so same thing. I'm just gonna take 2 pumps, and I mean, it has like a thick consistency to it, so we'll just dab that on there, I guess. I'm just gonna actually do this and just take this and like dab it across my face. That way it spreads easier with the brush. But again, you guys could definitely see the coverage versus, yeah, this side. Okay, so let's go ahead, try this out. Just gonna go ahead and rub that in there. It does a pretty good job, this Wet n Wild one. It was like $3 for this brush, so it's a good price for this brush. But just the way that like most brushes like coat on, then it will leave like that paint streak across your face. So in this case, you know, it did a pretty good job covering it, but I do feel better if I were to, don't mind the foundation on my lips, people. I do prefer to use like a beauty blender once I do get this done blending out. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take my beauty blender again, and you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and use that. And then I just dab. You wanna dab like not so hard or anything like that, like, and close together. That way that you can get that blend that you want, so it's not too cakey looking or anything like that. You just wanna be delicate when you're trying to blend it in your face. Okay. And I have my nose, honestly, like it's hard for some makeup looks because like it creases right here just the way my nose is shaped, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. You know what, guys? You know what? Overall, this coverage is great. It is really not bad. I only put one layer on, and to me, it does not look terrible. I know, again, it is pretty too light for my skin tone, but it's really not that bad. It covered my hematoma pretty well. Like it could use a second layer, so I'm gonna go ahead and try it with a second layer just to kind of get a little bit right there, but because it does already have a concealer. Also to keep in mind is if you are trying to use like a lighter tone, because obviously the foundation that you're using, that this Milani has concealer in it, if you are trying to use like another concealer, feel free to, and you could just use a lighter color. But since this is foundation and you try to use it as a concealer, just keep in mind that you want a lighter color. So that way you can get that lightness underneath your eyes and more in the middle of your, you know, your forehead, just the middle of your face, just to give it that highlight when you contour. All right, so I'm just gonna put just a little bit more on, well, under my under eye right here, just to see if it will like give it that full coverage more look. I'm just gonna blend it out with a beauty blender, that way I'm not sliding it across my face and causing the first layer to kind of go out of place a little bit. I'm just gonna go around my eyes. But literally, I like the smell of it. I like it. I mean, it's a little sticky. It's not terrible for me. It's really not, but it's just the only thing that I would say is like just the stickiness on your face a little bit. But you know what? It's doing a pretty good job. I love this. And the smell, the little fragrance to it. Okay, I don't know what y'all think, but I think that this is a pretty good blend. Cool. Cool. All right, so honestly, overall, I can see that it covered my pores pretty well, so it doesn't really need a primer. And don't quote me on that because we can all be different. It varies on our skin, how our skin conditions work with whatever product that we may apply to our face and how our skin can react to it. So, but with my skin, honestly, I did not need a primer to, you know, lock my pores into place and just have that extra layer to have that foundation to be applied better and to last longer as well. So I do like the pump. The overall price, $9.99. I got this again from a drugstore just at Walmart. You can get it from Walgreens, Target, anything like that. so much for watching my YouTube video. If you guys are more interested and enjoyed my content, please feel free to give me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. I have to hurry with this video and talk fast before my iPhone runs out of room, and I will see you guys in the next video.